Hello my lovely ravens, my name is Chantal and welcome back to my channel. Today is the 9th part of Dumbledore's office, and a little disclaimer. I'm building the arches that go from the first to the second tier and from the second to the third tier. This is a crucial element in Dumbledore's office, and it took me all week to get this done, to get to this point and get it right. So I hope you stay tuned, because I want to finish this project properly. I am going to extend it with another 2 weeks. So next week was going to be the last one. However, next week will be part 10. Then the week after that, I have a very exciting Matchbox coming up, because this video goes up on the first Saturday of the month, which is normally a Matchbox weekend, but that one will now be in the third Saturday of this month. And then after that Saturday, there's an extra 2 Saturdays this month, and I am going to make this a 12-part series, just so I can completely make this Dumbledore's office the way I want it and the way I want to finish it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll speak to you all at the end.
So I'm nearly done making the bricks of the top tier, and what I've done is, this is the level that comes in there. So when I turn this around and put it inside, it's not as dark. What I'm then going to do is attach this fabric to the side so it has that poofy hanging thing, and apply some white gesso to this cork so it's not this cork shining through the fabric. Now I've got the fabric stuck on. Excuse my voice, I've just been sick. And there is that light switch there. You can switch it on, which is pretty cool, pretty magical. Now I still need to finish that top part and paint all the bricks inside there, and once that is painted, I will glue this floor in. We're a little bit further into the process of this Dumbledore's office. I've completed the top parts of the second tier and also the third tier. You can see the lights up top here, and it's all a little bit brighter and lighter with that black gone. Now I still need to glue this in, so I'm going to do that now, and then I am going to work on the arch that is there, and then on the other arch that will be here on the first, going from the first to the second tier. That second arch, so this arch going from the first to the second tier, will be built on the stone steps. So the stone steps are still removable, and then I can still move it around the way I want it to. So I've got the columns for the base. I've got a row of 5, then a row of 4, and then another 2. Those are gonna sit here and on the outsides. And then I'm going to put a piece of foam board on top, which is falling down the stairs now. Boop. And then I can put these ones on top, which will form the arches. And then on top of that, I'm going to do some tissue paper to give it that stone texture, like I did with the floors, the lower floor in the top tier and the lower floor in the biggest tier, the first tier. Now, because I am working with arches, and just above the arches it needs to be just a wall, which is actually not brick, it's stone, like solid, just plain stone. I am going to attach this to the top tier, and then well, after I'm done, of course, but so before I do that, I'm going to measure out where the arches need to go, and then I can attach the arches to that tier
So I just cut this out of cardboard and I attached it on the sides with some sticky tape, and I'm just looking at this and I'm like, okay, if this is removed, it's gonna be messy and all that kind of stuff. So what if I made the pillars up to here, just up to here? So I cut off the stairs because, you know, it was in the way. And what if I make the pillars just up to there, and then the rest, or maybe even underneath it, and then the rest will continue onto that. So as you can see, the arches are in and attached, and this will all look good when it's like combined. It's just so I can just film inside here more easily if I want to, and film down there more easily as well, and I can, you know, transport it if I need to. And you can see the columns lying there still. Still need to attach them, but I'm going to attach the tissue paper now to the wall and the arches. I've attached all the tissue paper to all the parts. I still need to fold it in at the other side of the wall. But I will do that tomorrow when it's dry. But I think it looks good. It looks like stone. Well, at least when it's painted, it will look like stone. And yeah, so far I'm pretty happy with how it looks. This is not right. If you look at Dumbledore's office, it actually has another wall there, and the arches sit inside, so I'm gonna put some cardboard there. I know I just did that with the texture, but you know, we'll take this trolley box and stick it at the front and do it again. So I'm gonna do that for the whole area there. Going to cut them out. I've also cut out the larger part. It is very floppy, but with the straws that I'm going to use on the inside and then cardboard at the front again, that should solve that problem. So I'm just gonna go ahead with this part now, and once I've got that covered, I'll come back. I put that extra bit on with side parts as well, and now I just need to cover it up with the tissue paper again, and also on the inside, otherwise it will look like that. I can't express how happy I am with how it looks. It looks really, really good. The arches look really, really good, and yeah, I should have just started with this to begin with. So I'm going to do the same thing with the bigger part. The reason I'm not filming the whole process is because it's huge and very difficult to film. So this is why I'm giving you little snippets of updates during the process. So I'm going to cover this whole thing with tissue paper after I've built that one, and I'll probably come back to you after building this one completely up, and then I'll do the tissue paper. Excuse the mess. There's the other part with everything on top. So now I just need to cover that in tissue paper and finish it. Exciting times. We're ready for painting. So that's all tissued. That's all tissued. And I'm gonna paint now. Look at that, the base coat is on those as well. And I have the paints that I have used on the walls right here, which is slate, soft moss, pale beige and mud puddle. And I think I used some antique white as well. So I am just gonna apply this to all these pieces. There's the difference. Now that I've painted everything, it is time to add some black chalk. And I did that with the stairs before, but I obviously need to put that in here as well and in between here, just to bring out those shadows. So what I do is I just apply it like that. And then with a brush, just a dry brush, I spread it out. And then when we're done with this, I'm going to apply another very light brushing of the pale beige, which brings out those stair highlights again. One of the things found, and excuse my black hands, it's still from the chalk. One of the things found in Dumbledore's office is curtains. And what I wanted to do first is drape this sparkly sheer fabric over this velvet. But then when I was doing that and looking how it would turn out, seeing how it would turn out, it didn't show up as nicely as I wanted it to. It's pretty magical. I will still use it for something else, but not for this project. So I'm just gonna go with the velvet, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna stitch that part together, then turn it inside out, so I have a very long strip of fabric that won't unravel on the sides, and then I can attach it to the large arches just on the sides, and it only needs to show up a little bit, and that should be fine. Let's turn these inside out. By the way, sewing velvet, the stuff is so slippery. It's not fun, but we've got something that looks kind of even, and I'm good with that. I'm okay sewing cotton, but velvet is something else. Okay, this is a little bit difficult to show you, but basically what I want to do, this is the inside of the big arch. This is where the seam is, and I kind of want to attach that there. For now I'm just going to drape it over so I can show you what I mean, and then gather it somewhere there so it kind of hangs like a curtain, and it kind of drapes, and of course attach this there and then drape that. And I think that looks quite nice. So as you just saw, I attached this top part with hot glue and pleated it. And now I can just hang it down like that. And then I will probably put a little thread here so I can tie it up like that, so it hangs more natural instead of gluing it down. And I might glue it at some parts to the back here so it stays put. But that's basically it. I will do that at the very end of the project so I know where everything is going. And yeah, it's a beautiful fabric. I really like this color for Dumbledore's office. So there we have it. And this is it for part 9 of this video series. I hope you enjoyed this video and the build of the arches for Dumbledore's office. Next week I'll be back with you for the continuation of the build of Dumbledore's office. And in the meantime, please check out my social media in the description box below. And if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget you can hit that subscribe and bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos. And of course become part of the Raven family. Thanks so much for watching, stay safe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.